And Matt Whitaker is here, former acting attorney general under former President Trump. Matt, great to have you with us. What's your reaction to what you just heard from David's reporting?
Well, it's good that the judge held the government accountable. You know, there's been too many leaks that have helped the government, even their most recent court filing that included the picture of some of the things that were taken from Mar-a-Lago, I think, was solely for the purpose of influencing this case in the court of public opinion. And so it's good that the judge takes a very skeptical view of what the government's saying here in this case, because they've lost sort of the ability to be, trusted in this matter. And so I think it's a special counsel, special court-appointed person that can look at these documents and the light that is not favorable to one side or the other. Because I'm worried that DOJ is really moving very quickly with this case. We have an election coming up in 2022, and I think Judge Kanan is very smart to pump the brakes here on everything.
You tweeted about the issue of the former president claiming that these documents had already been declassified, and yet they haven't filed anything to that nature in their court filings to say, we can back this up. We have proof that these were all declassified. And you talked about, quote, the possibility of previous declassification and Trump's standing order. So there's the question. Where's the proof of those moves, Matt?
Yeah, well, remember, the Trump team is going to take this one step at a time. And so that issue is not ripe yet because, again, no one has claimed that, anyone in this case has done something wrong. There's been these allegations, vague, obstruction claims or violations of statutes. But, that whether or not these documents have been classified, declassified, were defense or even, as once was leaked by the federal government, nuclear information, that issue is not ripe. The current issue is just whether a special master should be appointed, and so whether or not these documents are classified, declassified, or otherwise is really premature right now.
So is that why it was just interesting to us that you had both sides saying that the special master, if appointed, would have to have security clearance to review the documents? So it's interesting that the Trump side is saying that instead of saying, of course, the special master can review them, they've all been declassified.
You're right, but in this case, obviously, if you're going to put a special master to review these documents and there's a dispute on whether or not they're classified, you wouldn't want that special master to be, spoiled or otherwise, right, compromised if the government came back. And so, it seems like a very prudent step just because, again, the issue of declassification has not been litigated yet.
And obviously there's pressure on this judge to do this in a timely manner for the reason that you just said. We're less than 60 days away from the next election, the midterm election.
Yeah, and DOJ has a policy, the window of 60 to 90 days. They don't do any overt things in political cases or against candidates. And so, we're bumping up against that right now. And I would imagine this investigation is probably going to go very quiet in the coming days while there may continue to be leaks, I just don't think there's going to be anything in the investigative steps that are going to be taken as we head into the fall of 2022.
All right. Thank you very much, Matt. Good to have you with us today. Appreciate it.
Good to see you. Thank you.